Hi, and welcome to our show. We've got some really interesting segments today. We're going to be talking about your nails and your face and vegetables and your baby and weight loss and this cozy battery-operated blanket if you want to stay warm this winter, which we're going to be showing you a little later, how to cut your vegetables, and a variety of things. But the first segment, I want you to meet Dr. Rindy Coker, and she is going to talk about weight loss and the variety of things that she does in her office in St. Charles. Very interesting, and I think at the end she's going to offer you something complimentary. So first of all, I want to introduce you to the Dr. Coker, and then also our consumer advocate here, Gloria Holland. And she's always got the best questions for people that are not medical people to ask. So thank you both for joining us, and let's get to it because we have so many things to show people today.
Thank you, Karen. Hi, Dr. Rindy Coker, Center for Natural Therapy, actually in Villa Park, Illinois, on St. Charles Road. So I get a lot of people who call me because they're frustrated that they can't lose weight. And
yeah, we know them all.
Yeah, we know them all. We've done it all. I am one of them, and it's been it can be a very frustrating road, you know, for me, for the person sitting in my chair, because people want to do this for a variety of reasons. You know, it's not just to look better, but to feel better.
To feel better.
Right, to, you know, a small weight loss of maybe even 10 pounds can really help you manage things like diabetes and high blood pressure.
Well, they say 1 pound takes 4 pounds of pressure off your knee.
Wow.
And your head also. I mean, they say it's like a bowling ball, you know, it's very heavy, so you could lose weight in your face.
Lose weight in your face, too. So I've been looking at why, over the last 30, 40 years, have we had this so-called obesity epidemic? And we could look at our food supply. Definitely what we're eating now is different from what our parents and grandparents ate.
All the chemicals they put in it.
All the chemicals, all the fast foods, even the things that you buy in the grocery store have things that aren't...
They have 100 things in there you can't recognize.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, an ingredient list, you know, is not just food. It's food plus chemicals. And that's to make it taste good and to make you crave it and to make you eat.
And to make it sit on the shelf longer so they don't have to restock it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Or that it doesn't go bad and they have to throw it away, like they have to do with produce.
If you pick up a piece of fish or a piece of meat, it's got 15 things in it. I mean, nothing is natural. Well, I shouldn't say nothing because you can get it natural, but just the regular stuff.
Right, but you have to look for it.
Yeah.
Well, Rindy, you'll probably appreciate, my doctor told me one time, he goes, just eat foods the way God made them, as close as possible, and you'll be okay. And that's pretty simple and solid advice.
That is simple and solid advice. And if we do eat foods the way God intended, we're definitely better off. Unfortunately, that doesn't take into account what's in the water, what's in our air, and what went into the food, even if it's in the produce or the
And even
meat
GMO, you don't know how much of that is God and how much is that are the chemical companies, you know, making that ear of corn or whatever it might be.
Hybridization, which has been done since agriculture, we can call that helping God out. You know, it's things that are found in nature. They're just bred for certain.
But not not a lot of the genetically modified.
But no, a lot of the genetically modifieds, and this is where, you know, there's a lot of controversy about the GMOs. But the most that we can say that is not good for us is many of them have been genetically engineered to withstand the use of glyphosate. We may now know it as Roundup. You know, we've all seen the commercials. Do you have lymphoma? You know, or have you been using Roundup? And what it does, they started putting it on crops because they thought that it wasn't going to harm a human cell. unfortunately, there's a particular pathway in the cells of our gut microbiome. And that is the same thing that the plants have. So even though eating the foods with the glyphosate might not harm our cells, they do harm our probiotics. And we're finding out more and more how much these little bugs are helpful for us. They control our mood. They can control our blood sugar. They can control our weight, our brains. We're here to carry them around sometimes.
So it's obviously going to affect us in some manner when it's that pervasive.
Well, they always said it was
Yes.
your second brain. Maybe it's your first.
It might be.
It might be.
Right.
Well, I know that I've found glyphosate in almost every embryo in every country of the world now. So it's so pervasive.
And why are they putting it in? What does it do? Does it taste better or something? I mean, is it a preservative for length?
It's actually, well, Roundup, it started as a
Spray.
thing to use for your crops to make them more productive and insect resistant and make your grass greener and healthier looking.
Yeah,
but it's ultimately toxic.
It's a weed killer.
Yeah.
And they thought it was good because it was supposed to stay where you put it. And in agriculture, they modified the seeds so you could spray Roundup on the rest of the field and kill the weeds, but the plants that you wanted to grow would grow. And now they're using it with the seed crops at the end to dry them out so they're ready for market faster.
You know, I went to a place, and I can't think of the name of it now because it's been several years ago in Wisconsin, and they do all non-genetically engineered food. It was all fresh food and everything. A friend of mine had her birthday party there, and they fed us all this food that actually tasted delicious. It wasn't bland. It had nothing in it except what they grew right there. And you weren't hungry for hours afterward. I mean, like till the next day. It was really different food.
It tastes so different. I went to Peru, and they really are against all of this and genetically modified, and they really try. They have like hundreds of variations of corn and potatoes and things, and they're all natural from hundreds of years ago. So the food there tasted so delicious. Everything was, fixed from scratch, all fresh. No chemicals, and a totally different taste. The eggs, everything.
Speaking of that, we weren't going to do this till later, but that candy that we have here is vegan candy.
Yes, it is.
And
it's
we had a small
delicious,
box
too.
of organic, which we gave to Mr. Delos Therapy because he's a vegan and an organic one. But we have tried some of these. Can you tell us quickly what the flavors are?
I can't. Well, let me first of all say that these are called Dreamy Bites. And the main ingredients are dark chocolate,
Lemon, ginger or something, right?
rice milk, all different things. Lemon, ginger, espresso, coconut sugar, coconut oil, coffee, liqueur, rum, but it's all pretty much basic natural ingredients. And
we didn't
totally
want to be rude,
delicious.
so we ate before. Can I have that sheet for a minute?
Yes. It's very good, very, very good.
And
We
you can
really
get them at
enjoyed it.
www.sweetvegan.nyc for New York City. They're soy, nut, dairy, and gluten-free. And they're really good candies. They're very different.
And with so many people having allergies now to many different things, this is a perfect gift for that.
Right. And they're very satisfying. I actually had one before the show, and I'll have one later.
But they are.
They
and
are.
as I know, many people now have developed allergies and things to soy and some of these ingredients.
The company
would be
was started by a
perfect.
vegan chef, Andrea Young, who taught classes at Integral Yoga, catered extensively, and worked privately for celebrities in New York. Inspired by healing aspects of food, she attended the Natural Kitchen Cooking School, graduating in 2008, a compassionate lover of life, experiencing life abundantly. So you can get this at Sweet Vegan in New York City. If you can't get there, you can email them at info That's sweetvegan.nyc, or call them at 917-334-3636. Okay, I just thought it would be a good place to interject this. Now back to you, Dr.
Gosh, all right. Because you know what? It's really one of the things I tell people, because nobody wants to feel deprived. And a lot of people, when I ask them what would they miss, it would be chocolate. So I say, get yourself some really good chocolate. Eat one piece. Pay attention to the chocolate. You're not reading, you're not watching TV, you're not driving. It's just you and the chocolate. And eating smaller amounts of what you want can be a lot more satisfying than eating larger amounts of inferior food
And really,
and feeling
it's,
guilty about it later.
it's those, if you think
So-
about it, it's those first few bites.
They say it's only the first bite you taste.
You know, that you go, oh, it's so wonderful. And if you could, but the thing is, can you stop?
Can you stop?
That's,
Does the food have something in it that triggers?
tasted some ginger
to
in there.
stop eating. You know,
In
that
that one?
keep eating.
Yeah.
One.
What is that, lemon ginger?
well, they're all, it's a variety.
Yeah, luscious
so.
lemon. Yeah.
Luscious lemon.
There's
Tell
a
us the
lush-
flavors
luscious
and then we'll go on
yeah,
back to you
okay.
again.
We have energizing espresso. I think that's what I had earlier. Luscious lemon, midnight passion, and spicy ginger.
I think that was the spicy ginger. It was very good.
I don't know, they all tasted like midnight passion to me.
Well, that's you. What can I say?
Yeah.
But what other hints do you have, or have you found that will help us?
Well, eating mindfully, paying attention to your food, planning your food, and
And don't hang out with me because I'll take you on a progressive meal. On the way here, we stopped at 2 places because I wanted to taste some things.
goodness.
Yeah.
I know,
yeah,
for me,
I like flavors too. And
I always have to have salad things in my refrigerator.
Which is
I
very
need-
good for you.
I need to make sure I have fresh, good supplies, and I try to cut up things that are munchy, radishes or.
I need to chew things. Some
Yeah.
people don't need to chew. They can drink smoothies all the time, but I need to chew.
Or I
them.
cut up a variety of peppers and put them in there, and I munch on those. But it helps. But ultimately, as you said, you have to have something satisfying. You cannot feel deprived for a long time. You just can't maintain that.
a lot of people grew up in an age where dessert was the end of the meal. So it's a trigger. They'll keep eating until they have the sweet. So to have the sweet planned as part of the meal, as the
Well, life is
official
uncertain.
end of the meal.
You should eat dessert first. Life is
And-
uncertain.
And also, unless there's a recall, don't fear the bagged salads, because it's a really good way to get diversity in your food. If you like
Right.
leafy greens, you're not eating the same ones over and over, and you're giving your gut bugs something new all the time, because we're not only feeding us, we're feeding them.
And I also found throwing a couple raisins in your salad or a few almonds or something
Cranberries.
that changes it up a little bit. And
Nuts.
And nuts are very good for us. But again, without all the salt and caramel and,
Sugars.
Now,
and
can people
everything
come
they
and
add.
see you for a consultation if they don't know if they want to get started in therapy or not?
Yes, I do
Okay.
offer a 30-minute free consultation where we'll,
Go over things?
30 minutes, really to an hour. I tell people 30 minutes. It usually
And then do you test them for any
lasts.
food sensitivities?
I can test for food sensitivities. I can do a little finger stick blood test. I also can do what's called muscle response testing. It's not allergy testing per se,
Sensitivity.
but it lets us know what foods your body might not like.
And
at
all that
given
is
time.
that you put your hand out and she asks you your name or something to find out where the level is, and then you either go down if your body doesn't like
Sensitive.
it, or it stays up because you're strong.
Right.
I was shocked to find out, I avoided salt, but you can't avoid salt because it's in everything. But I avoided all table salt for years, and it said I was sensitive to salt because I was having problems. and aspartame, which I have avoided, except that someone just gave me some drinks with it and I drank it, and so that caused a problem. So it's interesting to find out. You touch 3 bottles at a time, and if you get a positive thing, then you test each one to find out what your sensitivities are.
Oh,
And it's
that's
interesting because you had been feeling pretty good, you weren't,
Right.
and all of those things that you never eat but had eaten kind of over
Right,
the holidays
right.
were
And I know
creating-
immediately.
yeah,
I mean, if I eat flour, sugar, now I know about salt. And I just started using salt on a steak. I never used it, I just started. And here it was, a problem.
Wow, that's interesting. So just even touching it, you can have a bodily reaction.
Right. It's,
Right.
it's a screening process. And if I get a lot of reactions, then I know maybe we need to do some physical testing, do a blood test. And the delayed sensitivity allergy testing is different from the immediate allergy. We all know about, we'll talk about these later, the peanut allergies, the eggs, the
I think we better
soy.
talk about
Yeah,
it
let's
now.
talk about these
I always
now.
don't like when somebody says they're going to talk about it later and they never get to it. Okay, this is about one mother's journey. By the way, I got my blood test back today from my doctor, and my triglycerides and my cholesterol and everything are all beautiful. How, I don't know, because I've been eating all the wrong stuff. Okay. She says, I'll never forget the day we learned my son had severe food allergies. When I learned that introducing tree nuts early might have prevented my tree nut allergy in my son, I worked with doctors to develop an easy-to-use natural powder to help you introduce foods to your baby. Little Mix-Ins is made from pure ingredients, so it tastes great with any baby food. Scoop, mix, and serve. We make early introduction easy so feeding can be fun again. The ingredients are almonds, walnuts, hazelnuts, and pistachios. This would be good for adults to put in a smoothie, I think.
It
Mix
sounds
one
really
packet with baby food 2 to 3 times per week. Now, I have to say, I think it's a great idea. Infant egg, there's egg powder too. Didn't you just
My
say your nephew has?
an egg allergy, and he just breaks
how
out
old is he?
terribly. He's just turned 2, and it seems to be improving. But it was shocking at first when he started eating foods. I mean, scrambled eggs is a natural, easy food for a young child, and he broke out in blotches, and his lips swelled up.
So it's too late for him to do this,
it's
apparently.
too late.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting idea, but it's also a little frightening, I think, for mothers. But you could try it and see.
Yeah, I would, if I did it, I would try it very minuscule amounts to try it, and make sure you ask your doctor about, your pediatrician about it first. But if it works, it's a great idea, because poor kids with peanut allergies and stuff and egg allergies, they can't take certain injections because there's egg in it, you know.
And there's
egg in so many things.
It's
Yeah.
frightening for parents when the little ones go to school, because if there's an exposure there, you know, then it could be really severe.
I
and
know
you
of
can't
a
always control it.
pediatrician whose child died of it.
Yeah.
So we got little mix-ins here. Start as early as 4 months old. As soon as the baby's ready for solid food, serve 3 times a week. Mix 2 scoops. Continue until 1 year old.
And I also think, though, if that often runs in families, so if the parents had an allergy, that might be something, if they were expecting, for them to check out and consider and talk over with their pediatrician.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, we started going through some of these things. I think we better go through some of them and then go back to losing weight.
Well, they're kind of falling in with that. I mean,
They
with
are.
toxins,
Can you
with
give me that other
glyphosate.
thing that I tried?
This one? Oh, the one that you
Yeah, and I
emptied
was
before
bringing
it
the
got
second one here, and it didn't make it, I guess. Essential C is konjac jelly, collagen and vitamin C, and this has only 10 calories in it. Now, what was interesting about it, it has reduces hunger, prevents overeating, satisfies, has collagen and vitamin C, and it best served cold, which I did. And it actually has a peach taste to it, and it's like a gel. I thought it was very good. I mean, drinking it and everything. I have to say, though, I did get hungry later, but I hadn't eaten anything, so I probably would have gotten hungry later anyway. But it did satisfy me for a while. And it is, like I said, a gel type thing. And you have to be careful when you're doing it. They tell you right on here, be very careful so you don't choke on it, because it is a gel type thing. But, you know, we don't choke on Jell-O, so I mean, you just have to be careful. And also, don't feed your kids hot dogs, because I know in the emergency room we had trouble if children had a hot dog stuck in their throat, because the instrument that we use to take things out breaks up a hot dog, so you can't get it out. You can't grab it. So it's good not to do that. Okay, let's go through some of these things quickly and then go back to her.
But a lot of them are very
No,
much
but we got to do it
related
now
to
because
this.
right.
For
We're-
instance,
we're 10 minutes.
we're talking about toxins. And here we have some things here that are nail polish from Ella and Mila that are all toxin free. None of the typical things in there that were so worrisome to us. And many of the spas now are starting to really go to these products that are much better for us.
Yeah, they've got at M-Polish, I should say, E-Polish, and
Well, you
I'm
can
trying to see if I can read.
Here, I
know
can
what
read
they
it
do. I
here.
know what they don't have here. Go ahead.
www.ellamila.com. And then Twitter and Facebook and everything you can check
They
on there.
do
But
not
it's
contain-
Ella Mila.
They do not contain any formaldehyde, any toluene, dibutitol, formaldehyde, camphor, and
Xylene,
xylene too.
triphenyl
Triphenylphosphate.
phosphate. I mean, none of those sound too good for
No,
us.
those are the toxins that get stored
In regular
our-
nail polish.
well, they're in regular nail polish, but that get in our bodies. And they actually, one of the things that they're talking about now is if you're trying to get pregnant,
Oh yeah.
stop using nail polish.
You're going to have to switch from red unless they make red. But let's see what colors real quick that they had here.
Oh, let's see. Well, they have a beige. We have a green.
This is kind of a mauve color.
blue, a bright red, more of a mauve.
Is there a bright red? Mm-hmm. Well, then you better use it.
There's a bright red and a blue. So that's
want
good
that
for
blue.
the.
That's the blue you want. The
We're
red.
we're all claiming our colors here.
Yes.
And there's also a base coat and a top coat and a remover. So that's a really nice gift again for someone that's
Especially has
trying to be,
allergies.
or someone that's pregnant or planning on a family. That'd be a great gift.
Now let me tell them about
Kids,
this. Pervari Purity Preserved Rose Petal Mist. This is after cleansing, spritz directly onto skin to balance and hydrate, followed with a moisturizer or used throughout the day to refresh and restore a dewy glow. Now you used it. Did you like it?
I did, and those are always nice when you're traveling. It seems like the airplanes just dry you out terribly.
Cleanse and balance your skin with a pure and proven remedy. It seems like in the last year that everybody I know, except maybe you and you, are complaining about our skin being dried out. I never had the problem, but I think after years of suntans and everything, it really took its toll on me. So I'm perfectly willing to spray it right now. I would spray it on you, but you say you can't have
Oh
oils.
no, I said essential. This is actually
think you can-
different.
you
This
think you
is
can do it?
What's called a hydrosol.
Close your eyes. How's
that's
it
good.
doing? It's good?
It takes a while.
But as I said, when you're traveling,
Okay, we're gonna watch
and,
and see if
you know,
she's
you're
an
just
allergy.
worn out.
If I can
this
still
is
talk
wonderful.
by the end
Okay.
of the phone, I'm good. But this has 2 ingredients.
Well,
rose
you know, there's
petals
another
and
thing
water,
here by
so-
Hyland, Hylands, Young Adult Moon, for menstrual cramps, irritability, and backache. Here's another one. They have Young Adult Serene for irritability, stress, headache, upset stomach, and occasional sleepiness. These are all for young adults. I never had these problems as a young adult. Okay, Clear Acne, Pimples, Blotches, and Unhealthy Skin, Quick Dissolving Tablets by Hylands, Young Adult. Most young adults suffer from acne breakouts at some point during their lives. The idea of putting harsh chemicals on your skin or in your body to ease the symptoms is unappealing. This is specifically formulated that dissolves easily under your tongue and gets to work without the need to mess with wash, mask, or peels. This one is, it says they can be challenging, 1 bottle, 50 tablets of Serene. If after using 5 days you have not experienced relief of symptoms, contact a medical professional. Non-habit forming. And this is for irritability, stress, headache, upset stomach, and sleepiness. The other one is, again, menstrual cramps, irritability, and backache.
Karen, the nice thing, those are all homeopathic. So again, we're going back to basics here.
Okay, what else have we got? Because we only have 5 minutes.
Let's
I want to
see.
tell them about this Pervari again, Rose Petal Mist, and it's Purvari. I'm trying to see where they can get it, though. Steamed distillate organic rosa. That's good. How to use, as I said, how to use it.
Yeah, spray.
Purvari. Okay.
Well, these are two great products for our eyes. I'll let you show those.
And
if
I
you
tried
like.
one of these because I do have severe problems with that. And I
And
tried
did
this.
you like it?
I did like it. You put it on for 20 minutes. They have you take it out with a tweezer so that you don't touch it and get any germs into it,
I'm reaching
which is
here
a very good idea because when you're putting your hands in the blue one, can I have that one? When you're putting your hands into these creams or touching these things, you're injecting all kinds of bacteria. So they give you a little tweezer with it. And then you just take this out. It's a gel thing, and it's made to fit right under your eye. 20 minutes, and it did hydrate it. And I'll tell you, these other things I've seen on television, I tried one of them, the sample one. It made my eye much worse,
Yeah.
much drier. So
This one is
did
a
help.
charcoal hydrogel, so it's slightly different, but the same concept.
and that one, I think, well, charcoal usually takes things,
Takes things out.
revive what time has taken away. Gold charcoal, hydrogel, eye patches, and anti-aging. And 3 minutes, we got to do
3
this.
minutes.
This
Okay.
is every day, EVERYDAZE, gold charcoal hydrogel patches. And this is made by the same company. Okay.
And for keeping healthy and losing weight, we need to eat our veggies. We have a little spiralizer here to make zucchini noodles or make your apple slices interesting and more fun.
Yeah, you can do great things with zucchini, cucumbers. I hope this one does carrots. Those are really tough.
And then we have what Dr. Coker has in her office, which I've tried, Citrus Clean, Revitin
that time of
toothpaste
year.
reinvented, contains prebiotics, vitamin K, C, D, E, and ionic minerals, and CoQ10. And I've tried, it has a very nice taste, it doesn't leave an aftertaste, and I think it's good for breath too. So you can contact her at what phone number?
At 708-955-7953.
And what's your website?
RindyCokerDN.com.
What have we forgotten over there? Talk about that blanket
We
again.
have this wonderful cozy blanket that's battery operated. It's washable, and you charge up the batteries, 6 hours to charge, and put it in a car, take it to a game, whatever. Somebody that needs warmth and you're on the road, it's perfect.
Share your moments with us at the Cozy, COZEE. My husband brought one of these along on a cruise, and I said, what'd you do that for? And then the air conditioning went wild on us there. I was freezing to death, and I had this hot blanket, and I said, who would ever bring this on a Caribbean cruise? But he did.
But you know what? And it even charges with a car charger.
Great.
Pretty neat.
Now we've also got Right for Life, Communicating Your Way Through Cancer and Chronic Disease by David Tabaski, co-author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, the Cancer Book. I'm so grateful to all of you for spreading this news to give strength to those who are fighting cancer. Right for Life. So you may be interested in that if you know someone who is. Have we forgotten anything? Because we are out of time. We'd also love to have more time. You can contact Dr. Coker. She's in St. Charles
And
and
in Villa Park.
in Villa Park. I'm sorry. I'm thinking she's
St. Charles
St.
Road
Charles
in
Road
Villa Park.
in Villa Park.
Yes.
Not far off of 83, west off of 83. So I want to thank you both for joining me. I think we got everything here, and we'll see you next time with more interesting topics. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.